Okay, folks, welcome to the 40K to 400K formula workshop. So titled because we help ecom brands scale from 40K months to 400K months and beyond. In this workshop, we'll take you through our fast path plan to consistent Shopify orders, which is how we minimize the overwhelm of trying to run an ecom store and being told a billion different things by every different person that you come across. So you end up just doing nothing. Three things we'd like you to do. Lock in. We're going to be here for about an hour or so. We're going to have this is going to be lively and engaging. Obviously, the more engaged and the more present you are here, the more you're going to get from this call. As I said earlier, we'd love you to be seen. We love to see your lovely faces on our Zoom screen rather than staring into the black box of Zoom abyss. So if you are able to share your camera, we'd love to see you. And as we've said, have a chat. The chat will be live. There'll be heaps going on in the chat. So please be active over there, figure out where that chat is. We'll be asking you questions and to engage as we go through the call. This won't just be us shouting at you for the next hour. A few goals for today, three things we'd like you to walk away with. Primarily one major thing, we'd like you to understand how to convert more of the browsers that visit your website into buyers, right? How to make more sales from the same amount of traffic that you're already generating to your store. We'll show you our framework, our principles of how we help ecom brands turn those browsers into buyers. Once you understand that concept, it'll help you also nail your paid ads, whether that's on Meta or Google or TikTok or any of the other platforms you're driving traffic from. And we'll also take you through our pathway to profit. We'll do this live on the call tonight for a few of the brands on the call. And we'll take you through the few steps, the few things, the handful of things that you can actually focus on to dial in your attention and work on the things that are actually going to move your business forward rather than trying to do a billion things. So this is what to do, when to do them, and in what order to get them done in. A big question we get on these calls is, will this stuff work for me? Right? And the short answer is yes. The long answer is also yes, but kind of in three flavors, right? The question is, will this work in my niche? Because I sell, I don't know, parrot nail clippers to single mums who live in Greensboro, right? That's my niche. If that's your niche, yes, it'll work for you. We work with over 200 brands in every possible niche. The principles that we will share with you tonight will work in your niche. It'll also work at your size, whether you're at 10K a month, you're just getting started, you're looking to come across from another platform to Shopify, or you're already doing 100, 200 grand a month. The principles we teach are the same principles that we practice and teach and train inside of our paid communities that help brands scale their businesses up to 400K and beyond per month. And will this work now? Are we teaching outdated drop shipping models from 2006? We are not. We're teaching things that are live and working inside of e-commerce Shopify businesses today. Our coaches, ourselves, our entire team are inside of active e-commerce businesses every day in the trenches, working inside of ecom brands. Who this call is for, having a look around the room, this is likely for all of you, right? There's, again, kind of three key types of people we like to work with. People that are passionate. You know, you've got a killer product or you've found a great product that you know can have a big impact on the world, something that you care about. And you know that if you had a better plan, you'd be able to sell a lot more of them, but you just haven't figured out what that plan is. You just don't know what that next best step is for you. If that's you, this call is for you. We'll give you that best step plan on the call tonight. If you're overwhelmed, right? Business is an overwhelming thing. It's tough, it's hard. It's also amazing when things start to go right. But a lot of the people we meet are overwhelmed, right? As I said, there's so many things that you get told on what to do. Every different guru you meet, every different YouTube channel, every different TikToker will give you a different thing, and you just end up doing nothing because you procrastinate because you're just too overwhelmed and you hit decision fatigue and you don't know what to actually do. We're going to try to un-overwhelm you tonight and give you a handful of things, three, in fact, that'll actually drive your business forward. We also love to work with people that like to make money. Right, all of us are in business to make some money at the end of the day, whatever that looks like for you. But we don't want you to just make money and then pay it all to the ATO or just pay your suppliers or pay everybody else but yourself, right? We want you to build a profitable business that pays you as the business owner, because I'm sure you, like the rest of us, started a business to actually fund the lifestyle that you want to have outside of business. So I actually want our businesses to be profitable. these are a few reasons that you should listen to Paul and our team and myself on this call. One big aspect is we don't teach theory. As I said, we are live, active inside of 200 plus e-commerce businesses every day of the week, every week for the last few years, diving deep into how to make these businesses run, how they tick, what's working for today. So we teach by experience, we teach by practice. Paul's history, if you don't know, he built Warcom, which was probably one of the first e-com brands in Australia, ended up selling about 40 mil worth of tech products in the space, and eventually sold to an ASX listed company in 2014. As part of that process, Paul also founded the Insightful agency to basically help himself market and scale the Warcom brand. And Insightful today builds 100 plus Shopify stores a year. So 25 plus years in ecom, that's Paul. Our team have 5, 10, 15 years in Meta and Google and email. I've got 20 plus years in marketing and brand and advertising, right? Our team has been in the trenches. We've been doing this stuff for a lot of time. We've been in business for decades. So we know what we're talking about when we talk about how to scale brands, right? So if it's happened in business, if it's happened in ecom, if it's about to happen, if it's around the corner for you, we know where you're at and what's coming, so we can help you judge and understand what that next thing that you're going to have to deal with is, because we've been there, we've done that. We bought the t-shirt. And the funny thing is that, sure, this is stuff that worked 25 years ago and a decade ago. But the thing is that the principles that Paul learned, that we learned, that we practiced, that our coaches train inside of communities that worked 25 years ago are the same principles that work today, right? They're the same principles that we put into practice to grow ecom brands and get results like this in 2025. We have brands that join us doing 5, 10K a month and they scale to 30, 40, 50K a month. We have brands do their first $1 million years. We have brands do their first $1 million months. We have brands doing their first $1 million weeks, right? Whatever growth looks like, we've helped brands get to those sorts of results before. Results like Sam, who joined us doing about 50K a month in his golf simulator business. 4 to 5 months later, Sam had about 150% growth month on month. This is an old screenshot. Sam's now doing about $500,000 a month in sales, selling awesome golf simulators. And again, we didn't try to change the entire business. We dialed down and got him focused on a few big levers that moved the business forward. But simple approach, practical, applicable, tactical strategies can have massive growth. As I said, Sam went from 50K months to 500,000 months, and he's absolutely crushing. We do have what we call our unhidden agenda here on this call tonight. Obviously, this is a free training. This is a free workshop that we run inside of our groups every Wednesday. We love to meet new people. And the reason that we run this is so that we can find our next client success story. I would love to include your face on my next slide. When I put my next testimonial slide together, I'd love it to be you saying, hey, we hit our first $1 million year. We just did a 50K month for the first time ever, right? Because we are teach and do guys, we teach what we do what we teach. Our mission is to help people. That's why we run these workshops. And our promise to you is that whether you work with us ever again, if this is the first and last time we ever get to meet with you, what we show you here tonight will be practical, tactical stuff that you can take away and apply into your business, whether you work with us in any official capacity or not. But obviously, we'd love to work with all of you and deep dive all of your businesses and give you one-to-one advice. But we clearly have time constraints. If we did that, we'd be here for about 29 hours, I think, based on the number of people on the call. So obviously, we're limited by time. So for those of you that would like a bit more of a assistance and advice and personal time from us, we will have an offer for you as a way to do that at the end of today's workshop. So if that is interesting to you and you'd like a bit more assistance to work with us over the longer haul and get to your goals faster, would it be okay if I can get a show of hands or an emoji or a thumbs up if we were to share that offer with you a bit later on this evening? Give me a hell yeah, give me a thumbs up, give me a reaction emoji. Okay, yes, fantastic. That's what I'd like to see. Next big question for everyone. Where are you at in your journey? Most of the brands that we meet are in one of these 4 phases. They're in startup, you're just getting started, you got no sales. I think I just saw somebody post in the chat that there are no sales. Dave, was it? So you're in startup, right? A lot of people we meet are in startup phase. You're just getting going. You haven't quite cracked that 10K a month yet. You're in setup. You're moving towards 20, 25K months. You're starting to figure out what products are selling, who your audience is, what works. You're at grow up, 25 to 50K a month. Things are going a bit smoother. You're starting to run more ads, starting to scale a bit. And then, or you're at scale up, right? You're cracking 100K months, 200K plus months. Things are going better. You're really focusing on what works inside of your business. Let me know in the chat, where are you at? Are you startup, set up, scale up, grow up? Whereabouts are you in your journey? Because that'll help us tailor how we converse with you in the chat. Okay, plenty of startups, some setups. Good. Tegan's at startup. Tegan's ecomshop.com. There you go. She's at startup now. Cool. Okay, you're over on Etsy. Cool. We have plenty of people over on Etsy that have now transitioned to their own stores because of all the fees and the horrible having to work with Etsy stuff that goes on over there. We met Paul and Delane, the wonderful Paul and Delane from Nature's Pantry Supplies, Australia's cleanest collagen and protein. If you want really cheap, affordable, bulk collagen that's super clean, super healthy, go check them out. They're amazing. They did record annual growth, 115% up on last year. They met us and they were in sort of startup, sort of setup mode, doing 20, 30K months. They're now doing about 70K a month, I think. 70, 80K a month now consistently the last few months.
96 last month.
96, almost 100K a month. So they've grown massively over the last 6 months or so. And again, we just refined what they were doing, focused on a few big levers and helped them grow their business. So when we get results like this, what do you reckon, chat? How do we do this? Is it luck? Is it magic? Is it some sort of a system? How are we getting these results? Do we just happen to meet people that are amazing business owners and we just get to work with them and they grow their stores on their own? Is it magic? Is it a system? Anyone got any ideas? What do you reckon? It's a magic system. That's it, Tegan. Tegan's been here. She knows where it's at.
Yeah, don't give her the answers, Tegan. Or Robin, who's saying this 4 times now, I think. Who else is here? You two, waiting until I've seen before.
Luck.
System and luck.
System and luck. Pretty close. It is definitely a system. There's probably a bit of luck involved, a bit of timing, but it is a system. It's the system specifically that we call the more orders model, which looks exactly like this triangular shape on your screen. Now, there's 3 parts to this model. You see 3 question marks. And these 3 things are the 3 things that every ecom brand we meet is either completely broken, needs optimization, isn't as good as it possibly could be. These are the 3 biggest levers you can pull in your ecom store before you try to go and do the thousands of other things that everybody else recommends you go and do, like switching on ads. What do you think these are? I'll give you a hint. They all start with S. They're all S words, and you know what they are, Tegan, so you can not give it away. Let the people guess. So give me a guess in the chat. These are 3 things, 3 big levers, 3 parts of your business that are mandatory to get your business moving forward. They all start with S. Conversion rate. Yeah, that's getting pretty. That's an idea.
The conversion rate doesn't start with S, though. It's one word, 3 different words, all start with S. And I've even included how many letters each of them have.
Sales
We're going to update these slides next time so you guys can fill in the blanks. Anyone remember? Most people here look at least about 15 years old. I'm sure we've played Hangman at least once, right? So, story, Marty, correct. Good answer.
Sales, you can see where I've said Shopify, SEO.
Scroll up to my comment. So 2 of the words have got 5 letters in them. Another one's got 7. Chris is going to update this slide next week. And then whoever gets some wins, the Tats Lotto winnings tomorrow night, whatever that is, $80 million or something. Let's say.
Okay, we got 2 of them. Well done. We got 2 of them. I will reveal what the 2 of them are.
Marty's on a roll. Oh, he was close. Marty was right.
3. Strategy. We got the first one that everyone missed was the store. We kind of had it with the conversion, right? Your store, your story, and your strategy. Your store is all about conversion, right? This is all about having a high converting website. If your store don't convert, there's no point sending any traffic to it because you're just going to burn your cash. There's no point going and working with an agency and getting them to run better ads if your store's broken, right? We see this all the time. So store, number one, a store that converts is your first pillar. Your second pillar is your story. This is about connecting with your audience. This is about standing out in a creative marketplace. This is about being the only shop that does a specific thing for a specific type of person in a specific way and communicating that to them in a compelling way. Right? This is your brand messaging. This is your how you speak to customers. This is the words on your website, the words that go into your video scripts. It's the emotional connection where somebody hits your site, hears from you, and goes, "Holy crap, these people! It's like this brand is made for me. I need to buy everything that they have because they're speaking to something in my soul." That is your story. And as Marty correctly guessed, the third part here is your strategy, and this is what gives you control over scaling your ecom business. This is your business model. This is your digital strategy, your marketing strategy, right? Your financial strategy. This is how you step by step grow your store. And it's the step by step in the right order, right? It's what to do, when to do it, and in what order to do it, right? Those three aspects are super important. You can do the right thing at the wrong time, and it's still the wrong thing to do. Right. So this is the three things we focus on every business we ever meet: store, story, and strategy. The next part of this is the what to do and when to do it. And this is what we call our fast path plan. And this is what we're going to do live on the call here for maybe a couple of brands, depending on how we go for time. But as you can see here, we're going to break down from these three things what you need to do when. You're either going to need to fix something that's broken, build something that you don't have yet, right? Grow stuff that's working for you, or make big transformation. Maybe move out to a better warehouse, get a better 3PL, add a new product line to your product suite. But we're going to focus on this bottom left-hand corner, right? The next 90 days, the next 30 to 90 days, fixing what's broken and building what you need to grow. If you don't do that first, there's no point doing much else in your business. So I will stop this share and Paul's going to pick up from here. Chris, we've picked a couple of businesses that we're going to look at to run a fast path plan for.
Yes.
One that I like, I know we've seen it before, Black Garlic and Co. Just because it reminds me of a brand that we've already worked with. So I think that's Dion. Zoom user should be Dion, I believe.
All right. Does Dion have are you open to unmuting Dion so we can have a chat?
Mysterious Zoom user.
Mysterious Zoom user. It's always awkward if the person can't talk. Otherwise, we'll just give it a second. Are they typing? I can't say.
No, they typed before.
Cool idea though. What is it? Black garlic, premium black garlic for culinary innovation and health. So
I'm unmuted, guys, but I'm in the car.
Oh, you're driving.
Oh, that's okay.
Sorry.
All good. All right.
It's one of those afternoons.
No stress. You can turn video off or whatever. That's cool. Like, don't run over anyone. That'd be
no. I've turned the video off, but I'm unmuted. Okay, cool.
So I'm going to bring up the site and whilst, if you can, give us the background on like when you started the business and why you started it and why it's the best garlic that the world has be putting on their food. I want to know all the good stuff.
Ooh, sounds
okay. So we've been going for 5 years. My husband wants to eventually have a permaculture farm in the southwest of WA, and he doesn't want to work in his current field forever. So that's the long-term goal, is to have our own property down there, put the main production house down there. Still live up in Perth for now because I've got a boy in year 11 and stuff like that. So anyway, we started off, we gave it a go. Black garlic is not the easiest thing to produce, so you can't grow it, you have to produce it, put it through a special cooking method. We need to cook it we take organic bulbs, Margaret River region, and it takes about 4 to 5 weeks to cook it at 65 degrees, 85% humidity. So you can't use a standard oven, you have to use like a humidifier type oven. So we've gone through a few different types, and that's one of the main reasons why it's not the easiest thing to do. My husband has just built his own prototype. We found a specialist Sparky that could help us. So we can now cook 120 kilos at a time. So what happens to the garlic? It's in there. The pungent flavour, smell, aroma all gets cooked out. And then towards the end, the carbohydrates, amino acids convert to natural sugars. The only thing added to the oven humidifier is purified water for the steam and to cook it. And then, so basically what we're doing is slowly aging it over 4 to 5 weeks. And in the end, it has a sweet, sort of savoury, balsamic-y molasses flavour, no afterbreath, no aftertaste, up to 4 times the health benefits of normal garlic, and known as a superfood. So it originates South Korea. So that's the quick sort of lowdown on the black garlic. And the aim of us doing it was that my husband wanted to then take it and turn it into a premium range of products, which we've done in the 5 years. We've got 3 balsamic vinegars, an olive oil. We've got the cloves. The cloves just won gold at both the Sydney and Melbourne Fine Food the last couple of weeks. They have won before, like about 4 or 5 years ago. They won a champion. And then we also have a cherry paste, a savoury paste, and we've just released an Asian concentrate, which just won a silver at the Sydney Fine Food Awards. So, so we've won lots of awards in the time we've been going. We do everything. I wear many hats. So the e-com store, we had a Shopify website built last year. It just doesn't get the attention. I'm a bit, like you said, overwhelmed as to where to go to get it sort of to where it needs to be. And so that's me. My background is hospitality, but I pretty much run the business. My husband can't be seen as the face because he's got a full-time job. So so that's hopefully that's enough info. Or let me know if you need anything else.
So for me, a few things that are missing, right? So every website needs to have a H1 tag on it and a H2 tag, because I'm going to walk you through a few things. So people land on your website this is desktop, right? Most people are going to find your website via mobile, but here's your website. You need to make a statement here and a promise here about why I should be buying your product. So that's called your H1, all right? Then you're going to have what we call a H2. For those that don't know what a H2 is, it's heading 1, heading 2. Google, it's the most important thing in Google, because people will go to Google and they search for this phrase, and then they search for this promise that you've got on your website. At the moment, you don't really have that, other than premium garlic and culinary innovation and health. Doesn't say anything at all, right?
No, well, the lady Kirsten that built it, she was through my marketer, Evolution Marketing, that I use. So she set it all up, but obviously probably did not really go in and drill down on all of that. And I guess I was sort of expected to maybe complete some of that. And that I get emails every day from people going, I looked at your website, doesn't have this, doesn't have that, you need to do a few tweaks, blah, blah, blah. So I know it does need some work here.
So for me, like, we've got to start, and Chris touched on this, right, when he started talking about the story behind the brand. So you have like 2 lines of text where you need to get across the point of why I should be buying your product as soon as I land on the website. So talk to me a bit further about, like, what are the actual health benefits of using this product? Because at the moment, it's very much high, like, we sell garlic and we've won awards and blah. Like, it's not and you don't see any of the good stuff until you're further down the page.
Further down, yeah. So basically, look, we always say to people that normal garlic's great for you, and black garlic having 4 times that sort of boost, I guess. So there's lots of studies out there. So things like reducing blood pressure. You've got the high level of antioxidants and minerals and all of that sort of stuff. So there's quite a lot of study out there on what it can do. We don't go out there and promote that it, reduces cancer or anything like that. But what we say is that basically it's fighting those anti-radicals across a whole range of,
Does it maintain the vitamin C? Because I eat tons of garlic, and I was looking at when you pickle garlic, it takes out some of the key stuff like the vitamin C.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the vitamin C, because my husband's all up on that, and this is where I guess we haven't really drilled down and really broken. Like, I've done posts on it about what it has, what it does, but I haven't really focused on that so much on the website or done a full-on blog on it, I guess, as to say to people, hey, this is, we say it does this, but this is actually what it does do. So that is probably something that we really need to work on. Even when we're at markets doing it, my husband, he's got a degree in medical science. He's a bit more technical than me, whereas I just do more of the general thing. But I guess that's something I need to say to him, look, we probably really do need to break it down a bit more into those elements. And
that's why Chris spoke about with the brand message. And again, it's one of the 3 pillars that are the most important things in all of this. And even I was like, usually I can rip these out quickly and I can go, here's what a H2 should be. So I'm trying to think of a promise that talks about the benefits of using the product that makes me instantly go, yes. Because ultimately what I'm trying to achieve with the new sentence that's going to come here and here, as I read everything, I read the H1 and I go, yes. And then I read this and I go, yes. And I read stuff down here and like this section down here, we call trust statements, right? So for example, you would have something that says like made and grown and everything in Australia. And people go, oh, yeah, sounds good. And I go, hey, it takes us like whatever you said, 6 days or something to actually make it. People go, wow, that's good. And then it has these medicinal properties, it helps with blah, blah, blah. And I know you got to be careful about that, but you go, yes. So as you're reading all of them, you're going, yep. So in the person's mind, they're starting to comply with everything that they're reading on your page. And the more yeses they get, the more likely they are to scroll, right? So what we need to do is generate a H1 and a H2 that's actually going to do that. So give me a second. I'm having to just type in some stuff out on my other screen. So like we either go to the fun and playful route or we go straight to the features. So, slowly age to unlock sweet, sticky umami so every bite tastes richer, deeper, and totally brag worthy. So again, like this is not perfect. But
no, we do focus on the unami as well. So basically, when I'm sort of saying it to people, I'll go and I'll say, look, this is how we do it. They taste it, they go, wow. And one of the pain thing that it helps with is people that can't have normal garlic, it's so strong and
that
whatever.
Doesn't have that garlicky bite.
Yeah, so the pain point is that they can now actually have it because of that reason. I mean, for someone that can't touch garlic at all, there isn't anything you can do. And generally those people can't have onions either. So there's a small percentage that
just fructose some stuff in them.
Obviously. Yeah, so that's the first pain point sort of thing. And then we go to the health benefits and then we go to the Yanami Bomb flavour that the gourmet foodie is looking for that different product to elevate their cooking and all of that sort of stuff. So that's my 3 main points.
What do you think, Chris? So I'm coming back to you on this one.
As a garlic user, I've never heard of a garlic user. As a garlic consumer, I do eat a ton. Like, I had 2 cloves of raw garlic at lunch today. But like I'd never heard of black garlic, and that's not to say that that's extraordinary, but I've never looked into it. But wanting to know, like, when you say it's 4 times, it's got 4 times the potency and benefit. That's something I would like to know. Clearly, this is a premium positioning, so I'd want to keep it more like Paul's got, the umami and those types of premium cuisine type words rather than going fun and playful. I think that's the way the look and vibe of the brand is kind of premium. So I'd want to keep it in that. But yeah, I'd want to definitely talk about the health benefits times the flavor benefits, the versatility. And obviously you want black garlic in there. So the art and science of headline writing is getting a keyword in there that's high volume and people actually search. And then the art part is making it sound beautiful at the same time. So it's always a bit of a juggling act of like, we need to jam black garlic in there somewhere because that's the thing people are going to be searching for. Or it might be that it's black garlic sauce or black garlic paste or black garlic condiments. That might be the word that people are actually searching for. So once we identify what that keyword is, it might be black garlic condiments that boost flavor and health. Like, that's horrible. like something like that combination of here's the keyword and then here's something that describes our positioning, describes our uniqueness, describes maybe the type of person it's for, how I'd use it. There's lots of different ways we can go with this, and this is why we do a 7-hour brand process when we do this properly with clients. We go deep
Yeah.
into this stuff to really understand who, like, also who's buying this, right? Who's going to buy this? Is it chefs? Is it a type of person? We want to phrase this and speak to, as I said, we want to speak to a type of buyer, right? So using
Yes, I've
words
sort
like
of got like
umami.
4 types of avatars, if you like. So I've got that gourmet foodie
Yeah,
who, does the cooking but wants the healthy stuff, but also wants stuff that's going to, make the food really nice. And that, and then we would have your more health conscious, whether it be individual or couple, got money to spend, that sort of thing. And then we've got your sort of wholesale, which is your grocery managers and your good grocers. And I mean, you don't have those ovaries, but that sort of premium IGA. And then, yes, we would have your chefs, your food service, which is what we're looking at going in at the moment. So there's lots going on at the moment, going into food service. We're going national with our wholesale. And I'm just one person, so I'm going to need to start growing a bit of a team, because this is the thing. I really want the e-com to sort of become more of a consistent revenue stream.
Yeah,
but obviously I need to staff that.
People will buy this stuff online, guaranteed. Like
It'll be
we
huge,
work with similar brands that have scaled from next to nothing to hundreds of thousands a month in sauces and boutique, premium concentrates and stuff like this. So it's definitely stuff
So
that people will buy online.
my husband Julian's not a big person on marketing. He just doesn't get it. He wants a return on investment on everything. And I said to him, well, some things you can, but I said, you realise that, it takes a lot of work to do a lot of this sort of stuff. And I'm in a female entrepreneur group, her business, it's in Sydney. So I have been equipping myself, if you like, with knowledge and training and bits. But again, I'm one person. I can't do everything. And sometimes you just have to have more of that professional, do that sort of thing. So, so it's where I'm a bit stuck, I guess.
So this is probably one of the best examples that we've actually done on here ever, because like I said, usually between Chris and I, we can rip up something really good instantly, right? And we haven't been able to do that here. So that's a problem.
So don't feel bad then, it's not just me.
Oh, look, I mean, we can, we had a bit longer, we can. But you can see what I've got here, black garlic that makes everything taste gourmet. You go, okay, that sounds better, slow age, blah, blah, blah. That sounds better. Some trust signals, that sounds better. So I want to get clear though on why this is such an important thing, though, is because you're working with this real estate here, everything that's inside that red box. And again, once you nail what you say here, you absolutely have to go nail and say the same thing in your meta ads and in your email campaigns and your social posts and when you're using influencers. Because if you don't have consistency between what you're saying offsite, then you're not going to have consistency with what you're saying on site. So people click the ad and they're like, oh, I read that thing there. I'm over here. I'm ready to buy, right? So, and with meta ads at the moment, you kind of want to, you can't just go and make like a big, bold promise on meta ads and expect people to click your ad, right? But you can go and agitate their pain in their meta ads, right? And you can try and convince them that you can take them away from their pain that they're in. So they go, hey, you probably love garlic, but for whatever reason, you can't actually use it at the moment. You can use our product though instead. And they go, oh, great. That sounds good. I want to do that. Right. And then you get to the website and then you start making all these promises and then you start pushing through stuff like trust statements and social proof and all these other kind of things. And people go, fantastic. I'm in the right spot. Right. I read all that. Then what do you think is going to happen next? So because they've gone here, and I'll go back to my screen, and because they've gone tick over here and tick, 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 the next thing they do is they start scrolling down. So sorry, bear with me 1 second. Hang on.
No worries. Josh, I've got to go to an appointment. Okay, so you guys run into the weekend.
All right.
I've got my kids in the car.
Yeah, because I'll keep talking. Other people can listen. Yeah. Now, the next thing is going to happen. People are going to start scrolling down, right? And now we're going to get into like some conversion rate optimization stuff. So the first thing, a bit of brand messaging going on there that needs a lot of work. They've all come here. Now, let's have a look. So we go to your product page. Now, you need to think about your home page, your collection page, your cart page, your cart drawer. There's a lot of spots throughout your website that need to have conversion elements on that page in order to connect. So let's go through a few things here. Now, award-winning taste, that sounds fantastic. You've got one Google review. I would probably change that so you've got more Google reviews. There is an obvious issue here. Can anyone see the issue that I'm seeing at the moment in terms of this product page? What is it? Chris or anyone from my team?
Can't see the
There's a
button.
There's a teeny tiny price, and there's no. Well, the add to bag's invisible because it's white on white.
Because it's white on white. Yeah. So when we build a website for anybody, basically what should be happening, there's about 50 different things that should be on this page that actually help people convert better when they're on this page, right? You probably have about 4 of them at the moment, if I'm being honest. Yeah. So you don't have things like shipping. You don't have any photos of the product on the food. You don't have much social proof. There's a lot going on here. And again, because you don't have that, this page is not going to convert as good as it can. So why we tell everybody not to do this is because what's going to happen is, this is going to be even worse for you when you start talking to hubby and he's like, I want an immediate return on my Google ad spend and my meta ads. And you go, all right, we'll give some agency will come along and they'll be like, give us $2,000 a month and we're going to give you a 5x return on your ad spend. And that never happens, right? Now, it's not going to happen because at the moment, you're sending traffic to your website and people don't know what's going on and they land on the website and the message is wrong and you've got all these issues with conversion rate optimization. So this is why we focus so heavily and go, fix your product page, fix your collection page, fix your cart, fix your homepage, fix everything on your homepage before you start running traffic to it, right? Because a few things, you want to be able to acquire customers as profitably as you can. The only way you're going to do that is if you actually have a high converting website and you have a brand message that is very compelling, right? Then there's a lot of other things that you need to focus on once you start doing that. Like, what happened when you add the product to the cart? When I go to the cart, is there other options that I can buy? There's not. There's no upsells. There's no downsells. There's no cross sells. So, for example, your average order value might be like $21 when it probably could be $70, right? So, again, coming back to how all this works, like, your return on your ad spend is going to be tiny. So I want to go back to your homepage a little bit as well. So bear with me a second. So what's going on here? So have you got many reviews on the products at the moment, or is it there's not a lot, is there, from what I can see?
There's a few, but there's not a huge amount. We obviously do try and get people to do that, incentivize them. Lots of people verbally, but then I say to them, can you please go to Google? Go to Google account.
No, you want them here. Don't leave them on Google. Leave them on your product page. Try the product, get them on the product page. So then when people come back here, right, and they go to this product and everyone's heard this amazing stuff, right? Because what's going to happen? Everyone's heard this amazing thing about this product and they're like, great, what a beautiful bottle. Product name sounds good. You've got what we call a short description. Obviously, it's not available at the moment, so you can't order it. But you want this to have 100 reviews or something, right? And then you need to start having information like shipping is free or shipping is $9.95 Australia-wide, Because, again, these are all conversion things that are going to hold it back because people go, I didn't know how much shipping was. I'm just going to leave. So is this making sense so far?
It is, yeah. And I mean, look, this is the thing. Obviously we don't know, we're not website builders. And I mean, obviously the lady who built it for me, she does Shopify, but obviously, there's a lot more she could be doing, I guess, when she's setting it up. But then you have limited training and stuff like that. So you don't know, do you?
You don't know. And she doesn't know the 400 things that should be on a website. But so here's something to consider for everybody that's on this call. Most people out there most agencies don't know how to do conversion rate optimization. They don't know how to do brand messaging, and they don't know how to put a good digital strategy together. That's why most e-com brands never get off the ground. And as much as it's like you go and work with someone who made your website, they're great to work with because they didn't understand all of those things, you just spin your wheels forever, right? That's why we get really clear and go, focus on this, this, and this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to map out your fast path plan for you on my tablet. We'll see how this works. So give me a second, because I can see other things that you need to fix. So we're going to work out a way to fix them. All right, whiteboard. Let's give this a try.
This is the thing. Like, my marketing lady. She calls herself a digital mark. I'm not laughing about it, but she obviously runs a small business from home, so she does my day-to-day stuff. But when it comes to really being in that digital space, and I've just put in for a voucher grant thing worth about $8,000 to try and for next year. This year we'll work on what we can till the end of the year to try and improve everything. But it's getting the right eyes on it, people to look at it and tell you. And I mean, it's the same to you every day. I mean, how many emails would the average person get, like myself? 25 emails a day saying, we've seen this, you need to do this. And I mean, I don't want to just pick one of those.
No, don't.
And I mean, I can't log on to your thing at this time of day because I'm doing school pickup. But I want to move forward, I guess. And that's but then funds to do that and all of that sort of stuff. So it's, willing to do it and willing to learn. And
All right. Can everybody see my screen here? And I definitely hear those. I hear those comments all the time. People come to me and they go, I worked with a web designer, and I work with most people do no brand messaging at all. No one puts any time into their brand messaging. You go to their website and you go, I sell garlic in a bottle. Do you want to buy it? I'm like, and they wonder why it's not selling. Right. Well, I sell dog beds like everyone else that sells the same dog beds or blah, blah, blah. So here's the things that you need to fix. And in this order, basically, you have to nail I'm going to change the color so it's a bit more pretty, but purple, you have to nail your brand message. Again, as soon as people land on your website, they need to know why they're there. They need to know what your promise is. They need to know how they're going to feel when they buy the product. They're going to know they need to have social proof. They need to have all the trust signals and everything right there in their face. And they go, great, because they're there, I'm going to spend all my money with you. So nailing your brand message, number one, and then also nailing that in all of your ads that I spoke about, right? You nail these two things and then you're instantly ahead of the curve. The next thing is you actually want to make sure that this website converts as good as it can. So on average, a good website should convert anywhere from like 3 to 7% or something, right? So for a brand like yours, it could probably be more. Right. So if you were to say to me, Paul, converts at 1% at the moment, I'd go, I'm not surprised. Right. So you need a website that converts. Why this becomes such a problem is because when you start scaling your ads, right, and I might even draw this out a little bit. Let's assume that this is, how many months was that? Like 6 months or something, right? Let's assume you're doing 10K a month in sales and 10K a month in sales and 10K a month in sales, and your conversion rate is 1, right? But let's assume your conversion rate was actually 6. Now, if you was to so you were running your meta ads, you were getting 10 grand. So say you were spending, I don't know, like 2 grand or something to get 10 grand. That's a pretty decent result. However, if your conversion rate was like, instead of 1%, it was 6% or something. Instead of doing 10K a month, you're doing 60K a month. All right. So game changer. So I say to everybody, I'm like, you never want to have a website that's sitting there doing 1%. You want a website that's doing 3, 4, 5, 6%, because then you want to pour money onto this thing. Because then every month, instead of making 10K a month, you go making 50K a month, or making 60K a month, or making 70K a month. So people say to me all the time, oh, it's expensive to buy a good website and so forth. I said, yeah, it is, but it's also...
Saying like that, then you really need to have someone helping you do it, because, I mean, I'm not equipped to do that. Like, it's not my training. I'm not a marketing person.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
So...
you're in the right spot. That's what we do all day, every day. But please, for everybody watching this, I can't stress this enough, right? I see a lot of people struggle for a very long time, and they sit there at this like 10K a month, and I'll draw a bit better so it actually makes a bit more sense. 10K a month, and maybe they're spending like, I don't know, like 5K, and they're getting 10K back, and they got a 1% conversion, and they go, business is crap, not moving forward, not making enough money. blah, 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 blah. And my agency keeps telling me to spend more money on ads and more money and more money. And then they start going, it's your product, it's your problem. It's this, that's your problem. None of them are ever going to tell you it's your messaging problem and it's a website problem, right? But as soon as you fix that thing and you go from still spending $5,000 a month, and I've got a 1% conversion rate, that gives me 10K. This is the game changer, right? So, even the other example I like to give at the moment, and this is very relevant to you at the moment, I would say. So you're out, I would imagine you do trade shows and you do live events and stuff like that.
I've just come off doing like 6 weeks of Good Food and Wine and Mold Pinot Palooza and, gluten-free expo and all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
We haven't really gone over East yet because there are black garlic companies there, and also it's the time and it's just everything that you've got to do. Like there's only so many hours in the day, and I've got the 2 boys, so I've got a 9-year-old on the spectrum, so there's a bit of time spent with all of that. But that's just everybody's got stuff going on, right? So whatever it might be.
Yeah. But so let's talk about that for a bit as well. So you were at trade shows and you were talking to people about your brand and you were saying certain things about your brand.
Mm-hmm.
I would go as far as saying you weren't saying, obviously, with what we've done so far with the brand messaging stuff, you could have been saying it a lot better, right?
Yeah.
You probably agree with me on that. The other thing that happens as well is you probably had, 5,000, 10,000 people at the trade show walk past you or talk to you or whatever. They left, they went and looked at your website at the end of the trade show, right? So everybody needs to think about the fact that your website is your like automatic sewing machine that is sewing for you 24 hours a day, all day, every day, even when you're sick. So if your website had been sounding better and converting better, right, then you would have converted so many more people from the trade show into sales. So, even as, I don't know how many people to come to your website, but call it 1,000 people, right? And if your conversion rate was like 10% or something, you would have made 100 sales.
Yeah.
Right. So you got to
any of that.
Yeah.
So
that's if it's 10% again, right? If it's 1%, you go, oh, well, we don't even want to look at that, right? But you go, for as long as I leave my website like this, every time I have 1,000 people that come to the website, and if I had converted at 10%, I would have made 100 sales times what's your average order value, $30 or something, So you're making thousands of dollars here, or losing thousands of dollars because of these issues, right? Does that make sense to everyone on the call that's still here and still listening? And is that clear? Got a lot of like black boxes that I'm looking at. I'm not going to go get nods or anything from people. So one terrible example I like to list with people is like at some point, right? Most people on this call were single and they went out trying to find their partner, right? How many people got here that are married or got a partner or whatever at the moment? Give me a nod or give me a something. So when you went out on your date, right, you spoke really good on your date. I assume you did. You didn't rock up drunk. You didn't whatever. You had a good story and you're like, hey, it's, sorry, where like, hey, it's Paul here. Like, I want to have a couple of kids in the future. I want to have a beautiful house. I want to do this. I've got all these goals, blah, blah, blah. And go, great. That's my brand message, right? And then I look good on the date as well, right? So I dressed nice, blah, blah, blah. I didn't rock up in tracksuit pants and Crocs and stuff. So again, spoke good, looked good, converted good. If I didn't do those things, I'd just be going from date to date to date to date and go, why is it just not working? Most people's websites are in that state, right? And that's why they don't convert. They're running around there with their tracksuit pants on and their Crocs and they're like, don't know what they're talking about. So please take note, everyone who's been here half a dozen times that are still battling away fixing your website, you have to fix these things.
Can I just
Make sense?
Yeah. Can I just pop in and make a quick suggestion? This is just from someone that loves garlic and vinegar.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
So the first thing that just stands out for me is I don't know what it's going to do compared to a normal $5 bottle of vinaigrette. And you know what I think would really help if you actually showed some images of where you can use the vinaigrettes and the garlic. So like if you're going to use it as like you know how there's sweet vinaigrettes that you put on is it prosciutto, the Italian prosciutto, or
like a finishing type sauce?
Yeah,
we promote that on the bottle. So on the bottle, we've got a tag that sort of lists what you can do, and it's also part of our spiel. But I guess what you're saying is we're not portraying that on the website. That needs to also be there. So
I think visually, if I knew the benefits of it and why it would be better than another brand in the market, and it showed me what I could use it for, it would definitely be a seller for me. And I think at the trade shows, you'd be so good at having, rather than just having your bottles there, have it actually a one of those tests. You know how they have those where you're actually cooking, you're creating dishes and people are tasting.
Yeah. And it's a bit hard to do that when you're at something like the Good Food and Wine Show because it's so busy.
I didn't know that would they do something like that?
You can, but you've got to it's like another level. So.
Yeah. Good feedback.
Anyway, guys, I do have to I'm so sorry because you picked me today. I've got to shoot off. So I wouldn't mind following up. So is that okay? I'm sorry to leave you.
Oh, yeah. No. You can love us and leave us as long as you send us some good garlic. We know what it does now. That's the important bit.
That was all great. And look, I know that, heading that direction, it does need a bit of work and the storytelling and just everything. So, but I'll be in touch anyway. I'll follow up with you. So, all right. Thanks very much for that.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Good
everybody. Bye.
Let's pick someone else now. I'm going to mute people other than the people that we're chatting with. Who was next, Chris? Chris Wilder, you still there?
We had the...
I know I'm back. Sorry, someone at my door.
Okay. You get another Brad.
There's a few there. We've got the Victorian steampunk. That was kind of cool.
Where's the link? Drop the link. Drop your link in the chat so we can do this for you. I'm happy to do this for 2 or 3 people.
This is Annette. Annette, are you able to chat?
As long as you can chat, though.
Yep, and it's there. We've got video and everything. Yeah.
All right. Victorian steampunk. All right. Can you give us the background on this brand as well, Annette? We're going to have a look at for you as well.
Oh, God. Okay, so I'm a designer. Long time goth. Moved over to steampunk 20 years ago or something.
Okay.
My goal with the website though is not to make more handmade garments that I personally make. It's to sell fun print on demand products that complement the full on kind of $1,000 ensembles that I personally make. So I don't know if that answers your question, but I sell a lot of Alice in Wonderland. I sell a lot of stuff on Etsy. The market has kind of taken a bit of a hit with the whole tariff thing. Photos are not my specialty.
Products look amazing though. Like the stuff that you've got, that $800 outfit looks like incredible.
It's quite popular. So I personally make that. So I don't really want to make myself more personally busy with stuff that I have to create.
Right.
But so the goal is to sell these fun print on demand accessories.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Rather than going deep into the whole brand messaging for you, like, because you're doing all right, step into Wonderland clothing, accessories for steampunk, Gothic, and Alice in Wonderland fan. It says what it does. That makes heaps of sense. Like, your issue is the website, right? From a user experience perspective, like, it can just be done a lot better. Like, things are just in the wrong spot, like different font choices and stuff. Because it's such a, like, you look at the product and the detail in the product, and you're using, and certainly I'm not trying to be rude or anything here. We build 100 websites a year, so I can go, hey, well, you should do this. And you go, okay. But font choices and stuff need a lot of work and so forth, but more so your product pages. So again, like we talk about one of the products that we sell here at the Circle called the $1 Million Framework. Now, if I look at your products and are these the products that you want to try and sell print on demand as an example? Yep. Yeah. Okay. So do you know what your conversion rate is at the moment?
No.
No, low would be the answer probably, like not very high.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of hate looking at that stuff.
So, yeah. Okay. Right.
Get them
So
there. Yeah.
your number one thing is you just need to repurpose all of your products into our high converting framework, because it's going to give you all of the things that you should have on your product page. Reviews are going to be in the right location. The cart button is going to be the right color. You're going to be able to go through the images properly. It's going to have information in the right spot about shipping. It's going to have what we call meta field benefits, right? So for example, on this section here, there should be like 3 or 4 little statements that sit about right there. And again, similar to what I suggested on the homepage, but people read them and they go, yes, 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 yes. And because they've said yes to those 3 or 4 things. So Chris, can you let people in? There's 2 people waiting in the waiting room. They read that and they go, yeah, cool, I want to buy it now. And it's the same with like you should have breadcrumbs up here. So breadcrumbs is so people can actually navigate around your website. And then the reviews should be up here. And then the product name should be here. And then the short description should be here. And then the add to cart button should be a different color. So there's a lot of what we call conversion issues going on here. So the good thing is, though, for you, you've got a beautiful product. And I imagine like it's probably got a bit of a cult following, this kind of stuff, right? So again, it's just a matter of going, put everything in the right order, and we can sell you the thing that does that. Put everything in the right order, away you go. Like, because we've got another lady in the community, she does tea leaf reading, right? So she came to us, terrible website, repurposed everything, put it into her $1 million framework, crushes it now. Conversion rate is through the roof. And it's not magic. It's not any of the stuff that we spoke about at the start. It's the stuff that's in the right location. On the homepage, on the collection page, on the product page, in your cart drawer. So again, most people get them wrong. So once you put them in the right spot, then you start running your ads. Away you go, like game changer, right?
And she was another Etsy seller as well who moved over to Shopify.
Yeah. So I wouldn't normally do this, but like this is Karen's website, right? So you land on Karen's website and let's do a side-by-side comparison. So on here, you've got this, she's got this. It's pretty clear what she does. She's got a H2 tag, which it says this is what they do. So it's very clear what Karen does. You don't have one at the moment. So that's, we can fix that once you migrate over to our thing. Come down here, you've got like this and this and this and this. It's all in the right spot. All this, it's all in the right spot. You got all of this, it's all in the right spot. So you've got things kind of floating around there. It's kind of not saying exactly the right thing. So it needs some work on the messaging, but you're pretty close, right? Then as we continue to scroll down the page, you can see her featured kits and so forth and exclusive designs. And there's a bit about Karen down here as well, like the nicest lady you ever meet.
Oh,
and then
I think
Karen?
How I got to know about this.
Oh, well, there you go.
Awesome. Through my sister, yeah.
So even as we go to a product page, and again, like your theme won't be able to do this stuff, so that's why I'm just going to go straight and go, hey, here's what it should do. Come here, and you go, great, like she's got breadcrumbs, she's got people looking at the product, she's got reviews, she's got all these other options, she's got stuff down here. My short version, it's in the right spot, and it's on the product page as it should be, and yours is not doing that, and that's what's crushing your conversion rate. That and your brand messaging, right? So like I did with, sorry, I forgot the other lady's name. If anyone knows what it was, remind me. But, your fast path plan looks similar to what she needs to do. So I'll draw it again just so everyone's clear on it, because this is why we do these sessions every week, because our formula is the same. Like you can repeat it and, use the same system and away you go. So let's get rid of all this scribble on the screen. And yours, if anything, is probably a reverse to hers. So as you can see what we've got here, this is like 90, 180 days, 270 days and so forth. But for you, just fix the website first. Number one thing, right? Put it in our high converting framework so that when people come to your website, they're likely to convert at like 3, 4, 5, 6%, right? Really important. Why don't we change that? There you go. Website. I think your brand messaging is pretty good already, right? So there's probably a little bit of work to do on that, but that's probably fine for the moment. Are you doing meta ads or anything like that at the moment with the site? What are you doing there?
No, I like I have done an ecom course over the last year,
Yeah.
and I have resisted and procrastinated and taken ages until basically I got to the meta ads bit, and then it kind of expired. My access expired, and
Yeah,
so
right.
just have sort of not wanted to sort of jump in. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if I was you, and I'm not necessarily saying you need to jump in, but like once you fix this and you fix this, meta ads is the next step. It's the exact same step that we used for Karen, and it's crushing for her now. So these three things, honestly, are all that you need to do. You've already got, like, I'm running out of room here, but you've got the rest of the pieces of the puzzle. You've got the product nailed. You've got, clearly it's a very good product. You've got reviews and so forth. You've got your pricing sorted. You've got your logistics sorted. You're good to go. Fix these things, and then you're ready to fly, I think, on this. So does that make sense?
Yeah. One question
Yeah.
is, and I don't know if it's okay to ask this, but what Shopify store front, or what I'm currently using Craft, it's free. Obviously, I can't do everything I want to on it.
No.
Yeah, what is do you have one recommended kind of Shopify template?
Do we ever? Yeah, brilliant question. I'm probably going to throw back to Chris McQueen here. He's going to talk all about our 6-week challenge and the amazing theme that we do actually use for people like you. So I'm going to turn up screen share, Chris. You got your slides up?
Okay, we're doing that close. Okay.
We're doing that. So we're going through that.
Thanks for the heads up.
We've got a few people in here that are... So Chris is... I'm going to let Chris bring the slides up. But as I spoke about, fix your brand, fix your website. Chris is going to talk about the beautiful package that we've got that is going to be perfect for you and the other lady that was on here, and go, this is what you need moving forward.
Cool. So hopefully this has been helpful so far for everyone. Sorry, Paul, go.
No, you're all good.
Yeah, so hopefully this has been helpful. As we can see, the same principles apply to probably most of you in the house tonight. So right now you have two choices. You have orange Paul and green Paul. We call grumpy Paul and happy Paul. Grumpy Paul in the orange is when you jump off this call and you choose to go it alone again for the next 12 months. And we see you back on this call 12 months from now and you're in the same place, or worse, because you haven't done anything different. You just gone and tried to figure it out for yourself again. And look, this is the reality, right? You jump off and I'm just going to do it myself, but that's what got you here. So if you don't change what you're doing, you're probably just going to end up where you are. Because if you knew what to do, you would have done it already. Happy Paul is when you choose the proven path. You choose to work on nailing the strategies, using systems, using processes, using principles that have been applied to other stores that have been where you are and got to where you want to go to. And the best way for you to do that is with what we call our 6-week store converter challenge, where we work with you to set up our converter kit theme. This is a template that our team install onto your store, and then we run through 6 weeks of live training calls with you, where we walk through setting everything up. We spend a week on your homepage, a week on the product page, a week on the collection page, a week setting up all of your search and discovery and your hierarchy and your collection structures, a week optimizing for mobile, and a week wrapping and launching and preparing to get everything live. Live calls with myself and Paul and our team, where we can help you customize and add all of your fonts, add all of your branding elements. So working with you live through putting this theme together, so that by the end of this 6 weeks, you'll have a high converting store that you're actually proud to send traffic to, and that Google and Meta are actually happy to send traffic to because it actually converts. We also do some work on your brand messaging. So you'll have some messaging that feels like you, that hooks your buyer instantly because it feels the right way and gets them right in the emotions, which is what we want. And you'll have a post-launch growth plan that'll help you wonder why you ever felt so stuck. So as I said, we work through the foundation and setup. We work through the homepage, product page, collection page, and SEO optimization, mobile, checkout readiness, and a 90-day launch plan, all in 6 weeks in about 60 to 90-minute calls, depending how deep we go into things. We've made this as affordable as possible, so that as many of you as possible can get in and fix what is one of the biggest issues in most Shopify businesses, as we've seen this evening. The biggest thing that's stopping you from making more money is a website that's not converting. That's why we've priced this at $1,997, or you can pay in full with your buy now, pay laters on Klarna and Afterpay. So $1,997, you get the fully customized Shopify template. When we build these as custom stores, these go upwards of $9,000. So you're getting a bargain on the actual template, which our team install for you. You get complimentary installation by our developers. You'll get a step-by-step online training where you can go through between the calls and get all the basics done of where to go to edit everything. You'll also get access to our conversion optimization course by Paul, my brand strategy course, which will help you further optimize and improve your brand strategy, brand messaging. And you get 2 of our meta ads courses with the amazing Lockie. That'll help you start to drive better traffic from Meta once your stores are up and running. We also get you 2-month access to our eCommerce Circle Connect community program, which is our $97 a month program. So you get to hang out with us in there for 8 weeks. Come to the 6, 7, 8 calls we run every week inside of that community on Meta ads, Google ads, brand, Crow, SEO, all the stuff you'll need to learn once your site's converting to drive your business forward. On this workshop only, we've also got some awesome bonuses that you're going to get for those of you that jump on tonight. When we drop the link in the chat, these are worth probably at least 10K. So you get your 8 weeks inside the Connect community. We're also going to give you 2 tickets to our next family-friendly in-person retreat, where we all get to go and hang out together and meet actual e-commerce people face-to-face and have real conversation and make connection with people on the same path as us. You're also going to get access to our vault of GPT playbooks. These are the Chat GPT and AI playbooks that help our clients inside of the circle do things millions of times faster. These go from SEO description setups to branding to UGC scripts to all sorts of things, everything you need to make building your business faster. You'll also get a 1-to-1 fast path plan session with one of our ecom experts. The same thing we went through tonight with Annette, where we'll do a 1-to-1 analysis of your business and give you that instant feedback. You'll get our full suite of courses. So not only the Crow, Meta, and brand courses, you'll get a Meta ads course, a Meta creative course, and you also get a brand guide course by our awesome Shane, who's our brand guide coach. We're also going to throw in a $300 voucher for insightful ad hoc work. So that's working with our developers to custom build, custom code anything into your website or make ad hoc changes as you need. You'll also go in the draw to win a 1-to-1 strategy hot seat with the wonderful Paul Warren, where we'll draw every month. Someone gets to sit on a 1-to-1 business strategy session where we'll strategize what your next 90, 60, 180 days looks like for you in the business and the things that you need to work on specifically to move faster. And you also get access to exclusive partner perks, which are apps, all sorts of things. We have special deals with partners inside of our community. So the full breakdown, $1,997, one-time simple payment, or it's about $499.93, or something over our pay in fours, which is nice and easy to get you in. You get everything that we've just talked about, plus all of the bonuses, plus a set of steak knives, plus everything you could possibly need. Actually, the steak knives aren't included. If anyone has a steak knife business and you'd like to donate some, we'll add them into the bonuses. So that is what we have on offer. How are we looking in the chat? I'm sure you dropped a link to that in the chat for everyone to jump into. Yep.
Yeah. So Megan asked a good question. So yes, we build our framework on top of the Hour theme. The Hour theme is the top selling theme out there in the market, and we apply our conversion rate optimization to it and put everything in the right order, because most themes are not. So then at the end of 12 months, you can upgrade to the latest version and away you go, and you continue to using everything. So that's, do whatever you want to do to yours. It's your site at the end of the day. It's not custom, so you can't do anything. So super easy. Well, like I said, we've probably got, we're probably pushing 200 or 150 people using the framework at the moment, I think. So there was another question from Kerry. So can you provide an example of a well set up site? So that's probably a two-part question. So keep in mind, we build full custom sites for people, which is not what Chris was talking about here. And like he spoke about, like our full custom sites where we do everything range from about 8.5 grand up to like 30K versus, so we can show you tons of sites like that we've done. And then we can show you tons of sites where people have built their own sites using this 1997 framework. So
and Karen's was one of those. Karen's tea leaf reader that was built on this. She went through the 6-week program herself.
Yeah. We have a couple of people who even start on the 6-week program and they get through and they do a cracking job on their site, but they get to the end and they go, can you guys finish it? So should that happen, we have like an upgrade package that we offer people as well. So like, because the last thing I want you to do is start and go, still crap, right? And that was a waste of money. So we'll help you like all the way to the end to get it as far as you can. But then, most people will go, look, I can see the difference between what you guys do when we do a full custom versus a DIY. So we're there for you along the whole journey. Even if you come back in 6 months later and you're like, guys, I'm ready to go now, do it. We can help you with that. So there was a couple of other questions in there. Tegan, thanks for coming. That was awesome. Sangeeta, thank you. Joy will be back in 15 minutes. So Joy, come back.
So good. As you said, the bonuses that I went through, those are available whilst this call is live. Once this call goes live, is not live, the bonuses will expire. So it's for those early action takers. We'll also give you a special guarantee if you take action on it tonight. If you go through the whole program, you do the whole 6 weeks, you give it as best a crack as you possibly can, come to all of the calls, go through all of the training, follow along, and you get to the end and you're like, that wasn't worth it, we'll give you your money back.
Yeah. That's how confident we are as well in this thing. So I don't think there's anyone else in the market doing stuff like that. So any questions from anyone else on the call? We've got a few people. We've got a few. Yeah. Annette?
Yeah. Hang on, I'm just going to formulate the question properly.
Okay.
So would you advise me to do this particular 6-week thing? Have I understood?
100%. I would. Yep. So there's two. Yeah. If you're like, I can follow in for first thing, right? If I can follow instructions, right, and I'm prepared to go to a few calls over 6 weeks, perfect for you, right? It's the same for everybody else that watches. Some people, though, they want to go a bit faster and they're like, can you guys just do everything for me? In which case, if you guys like, I feel like, can you just do everything for me? Like, Chris and Roxy from our team will reach out to you guys later and we can talk about how that works. But I think from where you're at right now, this is perfect for what you need.
Okay. And then I'm pretty time poor. How much time is it a week? Kind of, yeah.
So 1 hour call a week, and then as much time as you can invest in doing the work for that week. So the fact that everything is templated, if you kind of know your way around Shopify, you know how to update fonts and add images and stuff, you'll do a couple hours a week and you'll blast through everything.
You'll blast through, yeah.
So we've made it as easy as possible so that you don't need to spend heaps of time, because we realize people are time poor.
So let's say fonts, etc. Are they, this is what we want you to use, or are they do your own depending on what your customer base is like? Kind of.
Yeah, no, we have
your brand as well.
We have a font pairing guide that is attached as a PDF document. So we go, hey, like here is, I think it's about 10 different fonts. So like, here's what you should use for your header. Here's what you should use for your body. Go to the theme and go click, save.
Yeah.
Right. That's simple as that. Like, we put time into going, these are fonts that you should use. Like they look beautiful in any industry. And then you go, yeah, that looks good. But maybe I'm looking for something a bit more steampunk or a bit more goth. Like I go, I'll try change the headers. You go, great, perfect, done. 2 choices basically, and a few sizing adjustments and so forth.
Yeah. And if you have custom fonts, we can incorporate custom fonts as well.
Yeah. Some people come along and they spend a lot of money buying a custom font, and we can just like upload it to your Shopify, and you can use that too. So, but most people don't need to get that fancy.
And the so the course that I've done previously, there was a lot of time in the getting your story right. like brand story, finding your ideal customer, like really in depth, and it took quite a lot of time, and even down to choosing fonts. Like those decisions were quite time consuming and arduous, quite frankly. So you've simplified it, I'm assuming,
as much as possible in a 6-week program where we're building your site and giving you advice on your brands. As I said, I do a full brand strategy with clients, and it's a 7-hour process that we go through over a few weeks. So it does take that time to do it super in depth, but we are able to surface enough to get a really good H1 and H2 and some trust icons and the stuff you'll need for the website. We've got enough. And you've got you also get access to the brand communication course, which you can do in your own time as well, sort of in conjunction with this to help you with that side of things.
Yeah, so there's hand holding through that.
Yes. There's a 1-hour live call every week where we jump on as a group and we take you through what we're doing that week on that particular page. Yep.
And don't put pressure on yourself to have it perfect by the end of 6 weeks, right? So like at the end of the 6 weeks, we have the e-commerce circle community, which Chris didn't speak about much on this, but like we do a brand call every Thursday. So like you could drop in 3 months from now and go, hey guys, I've got a couple of questions about like, am I saying the right thing? And we'll go, yeah, let's spend some time on it, and then come back again whenever you have time. Like our community and this challenge is built around accommodating the time that you guys have available to you. All right. So it's not like, yeah, you have to spend 40 hours with us this week just to fix your brand message. No one's got time for that. So
just one more question. Sorry.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, go for it.
Say I sign up today.
Yep.
Can I delay the process kicking off until my less busy time?
Yeah, correct. So the next challenge starts on Roxy. Chris, give me the date. What's the date on the next challenge starting?
Later this month or early next month. We're not entirely sure. Once we get final numbers and what works for people.
So short answer is yes, you can.
Cool.
Yep.
As long as it's in the next couple of months and not March next year, yes.
Yeah, not that.
Like December is when I start to cool off. So yeah. Thanks.
No worries. Marty's got had a question there. Do you have any questions, Marty? Or Carrie?
Sorry. No questions at the moment, just taking it all in.
Okay. All right. No worries. Thanks for staying on to the end. Appreciate you staying on here.
No, appreciate all the info and running through it all.
Awesome. No worries. What about you, Dan? Mr. Allshades? Maybe you can hear me. I know Dan. It's been trying to get. Can you hear me, Dan?
Yeah, I've only just caught the last minute of it, so swimming as usual with the kids.
Yeah. Other than Dan. Sorry. There's two Dans on this call. Dan from Allshades. Nah, you can't hear me. All right.
Must have left already.
No, he's out. It's down in the warehouse.
All right, I'm going to bounce off in a minute. If you guys want to hang out for a bit, you can.
Yeah, we've got Joy. We're just starting a website process, so we'll be in touch. No worries. Cool. Alrighty. Cool. All right. Well, we can probably wrap that anyway. So yeah, look, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Appreciate your presence with us. Hope you got some good value out of this. If you do have any questions, hit us up. You'll probably hear from Chris from our team, and you'll hear from Roxy from our team anyway. Excited to help you guys on your journey in your e-com brand, and look forward to seeing you in the community soon. All right. Take care.
Thanks,
Cheers.
everyone.
Bye.